I've stopped your swing at the moment of impact because everything the golf ball does, how far it goes, how high it goes, how much it spins and curves, is a direct response to the laws of physics and geometry that exist at this brief moment of impact. My goal for you is to help you shoot lower scores. In order to do that, I have to identify the part of your game that's contributing the most to your high scores. When it comes to your full swing with the irons, when the ball's on the ground, you will randomly hit good shots and bad shots, as we all do. But swing analysis is about identifying causes to the missed shots. And your miss at these shots, it falls in a couple of different categories. When you do hit it solid but miss, it's a pull to the left. The other type of miss that you have is that when you don't hit it solid, you have a tendency to hit behind the ball. And so those are the issues that I want to correct and help you be more consistent in striking the ball solid. On the left is Lydia Ko. This is video I took of her at Scottsdale this week at the LPGA tournament. And I've positioned her at the impact position, same as you, and I want to look at some of the differences. I've drawn red arrows up from the outside of the ankles. And the big difference here is you can see that Lydia has her body more on top of her left foot. She's moving aggressively to the left side. Her right hip is quite a bit away from that red arrow. At the moment of impact, you have more weight on your back foot than you do your front foot. You can see how your shoulders are leaning back and you are not really moving to the left side. The other difference is Lydia has her hands in front of the golf ball. The red line is the shaft of the club, and she has her shaft leaning toward the target. And your hands are right on top of the golf ball. And so the black arrow shows that Lydia is hitting down into that golf ball, whereas you're trying to sweep level with the ball. And that's going to cause you to hit behind the ball quite frequently. As we watch the sequence from setup and starting position to impact position, you can see how she drives her hips and lower body toward the target. You can see how their back leg, that knee, leans and pushes off the ground towards the target. You can see how the hands that start slightly in front of the golf ball impact or even further in front. Notice how the left arm is straight at the setup and it's also straight and extended during impact. That the arms are always extended in those two positions. They start extended and they hit extended. You hit the ball with straight arms. Now let's watch your sequence from setup to impact. Setup, impact. You start with straight arms. The left arm is straight, but then you hit with a bent left arm. You'll notice that your hands start in front of the golf ball, but at impact they're even with the ball. Your hands back up during the downswing. Your body, your shoulders fall backwards. So those are the issues that we need to work on. There are some drills I can show you where you will learn how to get into a better impact position. As we watch the follow-through, it also provides clues of what's causing your poor impact position. You'll notice how that left arm is what we call chicken wing, and it's coming off of the side. Your elbows are separating. This is the ninth position. This is when the right arm is parallel to the ground on the follow-through. First, I want to point out the blue line, the shaft of the club, that the club head, where the circle is below your right arm, whereas Lydia has hinged that club up in the air so that club head is moving faster around her wrist. You are moving your arm as fast as Lydia is, but Lydia will hit it twice as far as you because she releases that arm speed into the golf club. She knows how to release the club so that club head goes swishing past her arm, past her hands, rehinging it up in the air. So what you need to learn is how to rehinge on the other side, on the follow-through side. That's when you'll have effortless power. Now the difference in how the swing looks after impact is created by how you move before impact. So let's look at the downswing movements that you make before you hit the golf ball. This is Lydia as she starts her downswing, and we're going to sequence from there to the next position and see how she holds the angle. Look at the shaft and the left arm and how it's more than a right angle. As she continues down, she holds that angle. She still has that right angle between her shaft and her left arm. She does not release the club head and throw the club head because she wants to hold and wait till she gets to the golf ball before she releases that. As you start your downswing, you do what we call cast the club head. You're throwing that club head past your wrist, past your hands, before you get to the golf ball. That's the club head speed that you want to save for the golf ball. And you dispense all that power and speed and energy before you get there. So by the time you arrive at the golf ball, there's nothing left. There's not much there. As we compare the position of your left arm, it's in the similar position that Lydia is in. But when you look at the shaft, there's a big difference. Lydia still has her shaft and club head way above her hands. She still has a good strong right angle in the left arm and shaft, and you've almost have a straight line now with the shaft. In order to improve your ball striking and your ball performance and lower your score, we've got to improve your downswing. I've got to show you how to properly hold that angle in the downswing, how to release the club, how to rehinge the club head above your hands on the follow through. There's several drills that I'm going to show you. We're going to need to have frequent training sessions to get this down, but once you capture this feeling, this sensation, you're going to have a completely different dynamic game. You're going to stop trying to create power with effort, but learn how to have effortless power. Learning these moves will be difficult to do on your own. You need a pair of eyes seeing the work that you're doing from outside. It's going to be difficult for you to make these changes on your own. So the next time you're in town, we need to set up a few sessions back to back and not have too much delay between sessions so that we can have repetition with very little time in between. So we build this memory and capture this feeling and not lose the feeling.